welcome to another Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union broadcast of Lumberjack basketball. Join us as we bring you the action live from the court with Tim Parrish. We want to take a moment to thank all of our Lumberjack Sports sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Now for the countdown to tip-off with Tim Parrish, and go Lumberjacks! And welcome, Lumberjack fans. Tim Parrish back here at Lumberjack Gymnasium for another day of basketball action as your Lumberjacks host the Moscow Bears. First, though, we've got to get an interview out of the way. We finally caught up with head coach of the wrestling team, Hayden Humphrey, and we've got a nice long interview to get underway with him. So we're going to get that going right now. Wrestling update in today's pregame. We've been trying to get hold of Hayden or his dad for most of the season, and they're busy guys with businesses and jobs and coaching, so it's kind of hard to get you guys tagged down, but we managed to do it here where you guys are going to be wrestling against Moscow, or have wrestled. Technically, this interview will play kind of after that, so you guys have wrestled Moscow today. Hopefully you guys did well in that.
Yeah, it should be a fun duel. We've already wrestled them twice this year. We wrestled them up at the Vantanista duels in Timberlake. Really close match. I think we ended up pulling that one off by 10. And then we wrestled them at Moscow, and that one ended in a tie. There was some discrepancy on who actually won that duel with the tiebreakers and all that. They ended up getting the win, I guess, there. So, it's kind of a bonus 2 out of 3. This time of the year, is a long season as it is, from starting in November, rolling into, getting ready for the postseason. Looking forward to that. Guys are beat up, so some guys are going to be sitting out. Some guys are coming back off of injuries that they missed, so the duels this time of the year really take a wild turn, and really it can be anybody's duel.
All right. Well, give us a little breakdown, I guess, of how your guys' season has gone. I mean, some of the big tournaments you've been in and how you've done. I've seen some pretty big wins from you guys as teams and as individuals this year.
Yeah, no, it's been a fantastic season. I mean, we've got I think, what is it? We got a 44-pounder ranked in the state in the top 6. 50-pounder ranked number 1 overall in the state at 3A. We've got our 57 is number 2, 65 is number 1, 90, I believe Peaches is ranked number 4, 215 is Russell. I believe he's ranked number 4 on he's number 4 there too. And then we got a freshman, Zayden Tobin, who came in as a heavyweight, and he's turned heads. I mean, I just looked at his record the other day, and I blown away. It was 29-10 or something like that. I mean, he's a freshman in the heavyweights. That's awesome. He's not ranked, but he's not one that I would want to face off against and overlook, because he just goes at you, and he's not worried about how big you are, and he's a little heavyweight. I mean, he's only weighing in at like 217 and wrestling guys that are 260, 270, and doesn't scare him one bit. But no, overall, it's been a really good season. We've got a good group of older guys. We've got some young guys that either have very little wrestling experience or have wrestled for a really long time, and all of them have pulled their weight. I mean, they've stepped up. They've worked hard in practice. They've, improved week to week. Same with our older guys. They've just kind of put their nose down and kept working. It should be an exciting postseason to see how it goes. I know our district's going to be a battle between us and Kellogg. One last time, it feels like, to see, who can knock each other off. They've had our number in the past, and they've got an excellent program. All kudos to them on that. But we're looking at Malad is number 1. Kellogg right now is ranked number 2. We're ranked number 4, but I think we're number 3. And then we get in the postseason and everything. That tournament down there at state, we tell the boys every year, weird things happen. That is one of the funnest tournaments there is, because the upsets that happen, like they call the NCAA's March Madness, because upsets happen there too. I mean, you get to the postseason and every match just gets harder and harder and harder. So it'll be an exciting time. the goal of this season was to bring home a state trophy. So, top 4 in the state get a state trophy. So we're hoping that we're in that top 4. Hoping we finish higher than 4, but ideally we want to be top 4. That's where we're setting our goal. It'd be the first time since, if I'm not wrong, I believe it was 19. Oh, now it's I think it was 1990. I want to say 4, but it might have been 98. It's been a while since we've had a state team trophy for wrestling. So we want to get that done and get that handled.
All right. You talked about a lot of those guys. A couple of seniors that really stand out to me as having solid years this year. Zach, David, and Aiden year out.
Right. Absolutely.
I know Aiden hit his 150. What is he up to? 152 or 153
like
wins
that.
now?
Yeah. No, he just keeps piling them up. And he's wrestled some great competition here the past few weeks. He down to the Clearwater Valley Duels. He had a rematch of his state finals match from last year against Mac Hall from West Jefferson, who he knocked off in the state finals. And he wrestled them first match of the dual tournament down there. That was a really exciting match, really good match. Probably going to be a really good match again in the state finals if everybody takes care of their business there. Zach David has had a phenomenal season. He's got 1 loss on the year against nationally ranked kid from he was at Pullman, from G Prep. And that kid is a monster. But Zach's had a great year. Kelby Harvey's had a fantastic year. Just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, that kid's a monster too.
He is a good wrestler. He's a good kid.
And he's a
junior
this year.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So he's still got 1 more ride. And then, looking at what the ranking show, number 1 and number 2 of that is him and Scribner from Kellogg. So that's going to be a fun district matchup, and probably going to be a fun one down at state too, because I got a feeling that those guys are going to meet each other when it matters the most. And, Amato Stewart's one that kind of gets, I shouldn't say forgotten, but kind of gets left out in that. He hasn't wrestled as long as these other guys have. And the strides that he has taken every single year of getting better and better and better is amazing. And, he's got a very good shot at getting into the finals this year. And we're really excited for him. I mean, he's put in the work, and he's excited for it. He's hungry for it. And then we've got a lot of guys in there too that, there's Zach Soten. I know he's ranked number 4, but he is one of the last people on the face of the planet that I would want to have to go out there and try to wrestle, because man, he gets a hold of you and he does it just right. You're going to your back and you're probably done, because he's a special talent there. And then Russell Brusso, he's been beat up a little bit with injury here and there. So he's having a rough senior year, but he's grinding through it, and he's been having a good year. I think he can get a spot on that podium at the end of the season. And, we've got a lot of guys down there that they're hungry, and, they're going to scrap. And I think that the competition we face throughout the season, that they should be sitting there, that they can, either make some upsets happen and get themselves in the podium, or, they're going to shock the state and knock some of these guys off that have been above them all year long. So it'll be exciting to see.
All right. So when is districts exactly?
So districts after this duel tonight with Moscow, our varsity will basically be shut down. That's a pretty common theme for wrestling. Usually, you look at some of these guys down south, their records going into state are like 55-10 or something. I mean, you wrestle 50 to 60 plus matches, your body starts to feel it. So usually your varsity gets shut down about the last 2 weeks of the season. So we'll do this duel. Our varsity will basically get shut down, and they will wrestle at districts on, I think it's the 21st, I believe. Let me double check on that, because I can't remember what. Yeah, the 21st. So our varsity will wrestle on the 21st at home for districts. And then the top 4 the top 4 placers from districts get an automatic bid into the state tournament. So we will see, how that all falls, who we get automatic bids for. And then there's 1 or 2 power seeds per weight class throughout the entire state. So, whoever missed that cut of placing in their district, depending on head to head, how their record looks, yada, yada, yada. The state goes through and picks the top 1 or 2 best out of every weight class throughout the state, and then they can get added into the bracket. So, we'll finish up districts and we'll see what we take, and then we'll sit as coaches and athletes. You sit on pin and needles and you wonder, who's coming, who else are we going to get in there? And they release the brackets and you see who it's going to be. And then we'll head up and we'll go down south to Nampa and we'll see what we can do on I see it be the 27th and 28th down there and see what we can do noise-wise.
What about the girls' side of things? They don't get enough recognition either, I don't think.
No, they do not. And, it's one of those things, it's growing tremendously fast. It's crazy how fast it is. This is the biggest girls team we've ever had. They won their first school tournament in school history at Priest River. That was really cool to see and be a part of. We've got some good girls, Joey Barta, Gracie Price, Caitlin Spandos came a long way. All those girls are working their butts off. Bramble McHenry, Evan Blankenship, they're all improving week by week and getting better and better. They honestly have it tougher than the boys do to get into state. Only top 2 out of their district go to state, and they're competing against the entire state. There is no classification breaks on that. So they're competing from 6A down to 3A, which is combined 3, 2, 1. So they're competing from the top all the way down, and they're fighting for 2 spots. So they've got it tough. And same thing goes for them. They got the power seeds and everything. So, if you miss a spot, you're hoping for that power seed berth to go to you. But, it's just, you can't leave anything in anybody else's hands. So you kind of have to go out there and take care of business. But they've got it tough. So we'll, see how they go. They'll wrestle the day before us. So I believe it's either the 19th or the 20th for districts for them. But they'll wrestle 1 or 2 days before us, and then we'll see how that all works out and see if we got any of them making the trip down with us. And we'll go from there.
All right. Well, we want to wish you good luck in the rest of the season in districts and down to state. It looks like, I don't know if the right word is realistically, but you should at least end up with 6 or 7, I think, going down with you.
I think I counted it out and where we're hoping, realistic scenario. Best case scenario, we want to take everybody.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think our best shot is that we're going to take, I think I counted it out as about 13, which is that's a really good amount to take. But there's some of those guys too that, are right on that. They've, split matches with somebody or however it goes, and same thing, upsets happen. So there's some guys that are pretty hungry, and they've been putting in the work these last few weeks to make sure that they're one of the ones that are getting their tickets punched to go down there. So, we'll see how it goes. We're hoping, we can take everybody we put in the tournament. But at the end of the day, wrestling, it's on you. So we'll see how it goes.
I do know as I slowly learn more about wrestling, as far as how those brackets and how the team side of it goes, the more you can take down the state, it's going to benefit you more for the points.
Absolutely. Every match somebody wins, and how they win it. You get bonus points from pin or text, and then, how it goes, those all apply. So, the more you take, the better your chances get. And that's where we've kind of ran into some trouble in the past with some really good teams, is we've had some good teams that are really talented. And but then you're facing another team like Ryrie, for example, I think they won it like 3 straight years. They were taking 24 something kids to state every year. And those numbers just get you, because even if half those guys only win at 1 or 2 matches, that's 6 to 12 points right there that they're getting for you. So, it'll be exciting to see. We'll see how it all pans out, and see what we come away with.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us today, Hayden. Good luck in your against Moscow today.
Thank you.
Obviously, we'll be able to kind of report on how that went during our pregame for the boys basketball, because it's before boys varsity. But again, thanks for coming up and talking to us, and good luck.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
All right. We've been talking with Hayden Humphrey, one of the head coaches for Lumberjack Wrestling, finally getting a wrestling update to you guys. And we'll now take a break and come back with more of our pregame.
Nothing comes easy. Every day, every dollar, every decision. So your finances should work just as hard as you do. With a free Ascend checking account from P1FCU, you can earn real rewards for the work you're already doing. No gimmicks, just better banking. Because around here, dividends are for the doers. Learn more at p1fcu.org/ascend.
Kenny and the crew at 10th Street Superstop invite you into the biggest convenience store in town. 10th Street Superstop is your one-stop shop for gas, propane, snacks, and ice-cold drinks. Stop in for breakfast or lunch. Breakfast burritos and pizza to paninis and fajita burritos. 10th Street Superstop has something for everyone. Whether you're headed to a Lumberjack game or out into the woods, 10th Street Superstop is the place to stop for anything you may need. 10th Street Superstop on North 10th Street in St. Mary's.
Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium, and have kind of a long interview there with head coach Hayden Humphrey for Lumberjack Wrestling. Got a nice update on how wrestling is going. And now we will have a quick amended pregame with a few less commercials in it to get you the information for this game. Lumberjack varsity boys hosting the Moscow Bears. And first, we'll just take a quick rundown the standings. Orofino 6-1 in league play, 13-2 overall. They beat Grangeville yesterday, 54-32. St. Mary's 4-1 in league, 11-3 overall. Beat Priest River last night, 80-44. St. Mary's next game will be at Timberlake on the 10th. Kellogg, they are 4-2 in league, 10-7 overall. Priest River 1-6 in league, 5-10 overall, and Grangeville 1-6 in league, 4-14 overall. Skipping over to around the area in high school sports, wrestling. Like I said, they hosted Moscow today. St. Mary's won that duel 28-22 over the Moscow Bears. Lakeside, they are 6-0 for their boys basketball program in league play, 16-2 overall. They beat Timberlake 74-59 last night. They will be at Coeur d'Alene JV on the 11th. Max Prep rankings, we mentioned this yesterday. The top 5 in 2A is 4 teams from the north, basically. You got Kendrick, Prairie, Lakeside, and Lapway 1 through 4, with Butte County at number 5. Girls, Lakeside, they are 4-0 in league, 10-11 overall. They are awaiting districts. They will play either Wallace or Clark Fork. Whoever wins the game versus with Wallace and Clark Fork, Lakeside girls will play the winner of that game on the 12th at NIC. The winner of that game will be on to the state tournament. The Kootenai Warriors, boys, 1-1 in league play, 2-11 overall. And the girls, 2-0 in league, 6-8 overall. They will play Mullen for the district championship on the 10th at NIC. The winner of that game will be on to the state tournament. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more of the Potlatch #1 Federal Credit Union Countdown to Tip-Off after this.
When you think of Potlatch Deltic, you might think logs or lumber. When I think about Potlatch Deltic, I think of family, community, compassion. You see, Potlatch Deltic is more than some company in St. Mary's. Potlatch Deltic is a community supporter in more ways than one. Whether it's donating to a fundraiser or nonprofit group, or giving a high schooler a summer job that could very well turn into a career, Potlatch Deltic is there for our community. We, for one, want to thank Potlatch Deltic for what they do and hope that you will also. Potlatch Deltic, proud supporters of, well, St. Mary's.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Idaho. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the IHSAA and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Well, well, well. Are you in need of a reputable, experienced, and knowledgeable well drilling and pump company? Look no further than Interstate Drilling and Pump. Interstate Drilling and Pump drills new wells, deepens existing wells, installs and repairs pumps, and does well testing both for water quality and gallons per minute. Interstate Drilling and Pump has 24-plus years of experience and serves from Moscow to Rathdrum and the Silver Valley. Well, what are you waiting for? Get on their schedule today. That's Interstate Drilling and Pump, 208-245-5101. 208-245-5101, Interstate Drilling and Pump.
Tax time is here again. I know. It's not your favorite. But at H&R Block, tax time is our favorite time of year. It's when our tax pros get to do what they love the most, help people. By getting to know you, they can make sure your return gets done right. It's not just about numbers, boxes, and forms. It's about personal care. So you get every credit and deduction you deserve. And with an average of 10 years experience, our tax pros get your taxes done right. Just one of the many ways Block has your back.
Tim Parrish here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Just under 8 minutes until this game tips off. Lumberjack boys hosting the Moscow Bears. Lumberjacks beat Priest River last night 80-44. J.J. Yearout went off last night for 36 points. It's a career high for him. He also had, I believe it was 11 rebounds in that game, and that brought him within 15 points of the biggest story of the night, the 1,000-point mark for J.J. Yearout. If he can, which I'm pretty confident he'll get it tonight, it'll actually be a game or two earlier than I was thinking he would get it, which I'm glad he's getting to hopefully do it here at home. But he'll join a ring of 5 other Lumberjacks who have scored over 1,000 points for St. Mary's. Rod Hill, he had 1,644 points. That was in the 85-87 years. Dan Rowe was 1,496 points, 80-83. Rob Sather, 1,356 points, 82-85. Eric Klein had 1,321 points, 89-92. And Randy Mueller, who had 1,059 points, 77-79. So he'll get to join that group of Lumberjacks. The most recent 1,000-point scorer was Eric Klein in that 89-92 years. The next closest to 1,000 and most recent was Josh Larson, who scored 929 points in his career, and that was 2000 to 2002, or in his varsity career. So it's a tough thing to accomplish, especially as you move up in classifications, I think. You'll see it happening a lot in lower classifications. Lakeside and Lapway have a lot of guys that have hit 1,000 points, but that is because you get a lot of guys that play varsity ball all 4 years of their career, and I mean full minutes, not just a few minutes here and there. JJ has technically done it in 3 years because he only scored around 35 to 40 points his freshman year. So he has technically done it in 3 years, which in my opinion makes it even more impressive. Also, which I was a little bit wrong, but another record that is up for grabs, and we would have known it maybe on last night. Coach Chase might have let JJ go a little longer. But single game scoring record, Larry D'Amico actually holds that record back in 1968 with 48 points in a single game. So that's another one of those records that's out there up for grabs, and you never know what might happen. So there is that information on that. We are not going to take a break. We're going to keep it right here, as we will give you a quick look at the Moscow Bears. They, of course, are the 5A Inland Empire League. They are out of District 2. Their head coach is Mark Smith. It is his first year at the helm of the Moscow Bears. They are currently 0-4 in league play, 3-14 overall. They graduated 10 seniors last year, so they lost a lot of players. They do have some key returners. Jonas Mordhorst, Abram Godfrey, make sure I got this name right so I don't mess it up. Abram Godfrey, and Keaton Fry are all key returners. And I was talking to their radio guy from Moscow. I'm kind of surprised that they are struggling this year. They still have a senior-rich roster. They have 8 seniors, 3 juniors, and just 1 sophomore on their varsity squad. But like we were talking about, basketball isn't necessarily always one of the stronger sports over in Moscow. They are definitely a football and baseball town, but they a lot of times have some pretty competitive basketball teams. So tonight, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The Bears, they score around 45 points per game while allowing 58 points per game to their opponents. So we'll see how things go tonight for the Lumberjacks here hosting the Moscow Bears. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups after a word from our sponsors.
Janelle Martin Holmes, your Farm Bureau insurance agent in St. Mary's, is a proud Lumberjack supporter. because they're her hometown team. When it comes to insurance, that's also one reason so many people in St. Mary's choose Farm Bureau Insurance. They have a complete line of insurance products, including auto, home, commercial, and life. Plus, they have great customer service and competitive rates. And they're also a local company with local agents right here in St. Mary's. So let's hear it for our hometown teams. Contact Janelle Martin Holmes, your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent in St. Mary's at 105 North 8th Street, St. Mary's.
Like most backseat drivers, I'm all about safety. Dad, pothole.
Got it.
So Les Schwab Tires makes my job easy. With services like brakes, steering, and alignment. Those cheap tire centers just throw on tires, and that's it. Now, I'm not telling people how to do their job. Linker. I'm just glad Les Schwab takes safety as seriously as me.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires. Doing the right thing since 1952.
It's in Park, right?
Archie's IGA is not only a proud supporter of Lumberjack Sports, but a proud supporter of the St. Mary's community and shopping locally. When you shop local, you help businesses support other local businesses, as well as helping your local businesses to provide jobs. Did you know that local business taxes help maintain communities and counties by fixing roads and maintaining recreational facilities? Local business owners invest in the community and have a vested interest in the future of our community. So won't you help Archie's IGA by supporting your local businesses and shop locally? Oh yeah, and let's not forget those Lumberjacks.
If you want the best, you hire the best. Top Grade Roofing and Construction has over 25 years of experience and is licensed and insured. Top Grade Roofing and Construction can and will build just about anything. Need a deck? They can do it. Need siding? Yep. How about a fence? Of course. I mean, Top Grade Roofing and Construction might even build you a chicken coop if you ask. That's Top Grade Roofing and Construction. Call Vince for a free consultation at 208-269-3111. That's 208-269-3111. Top Grade Roofing and Construction.
And we are back here, Lumberjack Gymnasium, as we are just about ready to get things going. St. Mary's huddled around Coach Chase here on the near side, getting their first last-minute instructions. The Moscow Bears huddled around their coach on the far end. The Bears in their black with red numbers on their jerseys. St. Mary's with white with green numbers. And like I said, I don't know if we're going to do the national anthem. They did it during the wrestling. They did it for wrestling, so that is it. So we're going to get the starting lineups. First and foremost, the starters for the Bears, it'll be a senior, number 1, Abram Godfrey. Then we got a junior, number 3, Keaton Fry. A sophomore, number 5, Jonah Couch. A senior, number 33, Ethan Maxer. And a senior, number 35, Jonas Mordhorst. The Bears are coached by Mark Smith. Now the starting lineup for your St. Mary's Lumberjacks will be starting with the 5'9" junior guard, number 0, Jackson Harrell. Then we've got the number 3, 5'8" senior guard. It is Jack Barta. 6'2" senior guard, number 4, J.J. Yearout. And the number 21, 6'7" junior post, Landon Ribrick. And rounding out the lineup, number 32, 6-foot senior guard, Xavier Sloper. Do want to make note, found out Isaiah Gustavs is at a track meet in Montana. So we want to wish Isaiah good luck at his track meet. They might actually be done. So hopefully everything went well for him and they competed well down in Montana or over in Montana. It will probably be J.J. You're out at the midcourt circle. He'll be jumping against Jonas Mordhorst. Lumberjacks will be going left to right on your radio dial, or left to right if you're watching it on the NFHS network camera. We want to welcome everybody into the game. Let's get things going as players step into the mid-court circle. And the official checking with everybody, making sure everybody is set to go. JJ has only lost one opening tip this season. That was to Bonner's Ferry, I believe, and the streak continues here as he wins another one. Sloper, he's going to drive right into the lane. Pump fake, puts it up and good, and the Lumberjacks strike quick in to get things going. 2-0 over the Bears. A little bit of backcourt pressure from St. Mary's. Bears bring it across. Fry looking under Mordhorst. Mordhorst into the paint, gets stood up, kicks it back out. Left wing three on the way. It's off the mark. Rebound to Year Out. St. Mary's goes the other way. Year Out feeds it up to Barta. Barta skips it to Rib. Back out to Barta in the corner. Left side, back to Rib, short corner. He's going to step back jumper, leave it a little short. Rebound to the Bears. Bring it down for the Bears is Fry. Swings it over to the right wing. That's to Couch. Couch back to, that's not Fry, that's Mordhorst. Now to the near side to Godfrey. Working it all around, all the way to the left corner. Back to the top now. Looking to switch it to the right side of the floor. Surveying near the sideline. Back to the top as they still work the perimeter. St. Mary's looks to be a 3-2 zone. Again, wing, left side wing for Godfrey. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound goes to Jackson Harold. St. Mary's takes it the other way. Scores still 2-0 in favor of the Lumberjacks. Barta works right side. Going to get it to Ribrick. Ribrick shot in and out. Short corner. Rebound to the Bears, and they'll bring it the other way. Going to get a deep three on the way. It's up and good by Keaton Fry. And we have a lead change. 3-2, the Bears take the lead. Barta has it, midcourt circle. He surveys the offense as Lumberjacks set it up. Looks to be a zone defense by the Bears. Barta picks up the dribble, goes to Sloper, right side, back to Barta, looks around to Harold. Harold back to Barta. St. Mary's being patient, 14 on the clock, into Year Out. Year Out, jump shot, it's up and good. Travels that in from about the free throw line. Barta with the assist. Makes 13 points for Year Out that he needs for the 1,000-point mark. The family has papers on the wall to distinguish how close he's getting. They've got 1 through 15 on the wall back behind Lumberjacks over there. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound to Year Out, or to Barta. And we have a second lead change as St. Mary's takes the lead 4-3. Year Out swings it. Oh, looking for Barta. Barta moves. We'll call that a turnover on JJ. JJ was hoping Barta was going to go right, and Barta came left instead. 4-3, St. Mary's leads. 5:29 to go, first period. Bring it down for the Bears that was number 5, Couch. He swings over to the left wing into the hands, I believe, of Godfrey. Now to Maxer. Maxer into the paint, kicks it to the far side. Sloper is going to step in front of it and take it away. St. Mary's the other way. Sloper works it down the left side. Looking into Year Out. Oh, tipped around. That's going to be a steal by the Bears. And a turnover on the Lumberjacks. Couch has it, right wing, swings it to the corner. Back to the wing to Mordhorst. Now to the right or left side. Three-pointer up and good by the Bears. And that is Godfrey knocking down a three. 6-4, St. Mary's trails. Moscow deflects the pass out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Mary's. Landon Rubrick comes out. Marcus Speakman goes in. Also checking out is Jack Barta. And he'll switch with his brother, Brock Barta. Into Brock. Brock will control the point. He's going to swing it over to JJ. JJ, deep three, and it's just off the mark. Rebound to Speakman, though. JJ back in the corner, and we're going to get a referee stoppage. I think it's something to do with the shot clock. I think they didn't have it set properly. They want 33 on the shot clock. St. Mary's inbound from baseline. Checking in for the Bears, Jericho Pike. Going out is Maxer. JJ will inbound from baseline. Into Sloper. Sloper trying to get some room, and he will be fouled as he goes up for the shot. About 3 pump fakes by Sloper. Finally goes up. Jonas Mordhorst gets called for the foul. Sloper to the free throw line. Xavier struggling a little bit at the Terry stripe this year, 36%. First free throw on the way. He'll knock the first one down. See if they can get things tied up here on the second free throw from Sloper. Xavier averaging 9 points a game. Second free throw, no good. Rebound to Mordhorst. So it's 6-5. St. Mary's trails right now. Keaton Fry brings it down, working to the right side, kicks it off into the corner, back to the top of the key. That is Godfrey controlling it. Going to pull up at the free throw line. Shot won't go. Rebound tipped around and still loose. Finally, Moscow able to get the rebound pulled in up to the corner. Third left wing. 3-point shot on the way from the right wing. It's no good. Sloper with the board. St. Mary's working down the right side of the floor. Sloper. Defense backs off of him, into the lane to JJ, out to Brock. Brock back to JJ. JJ pulls up to the three, knocks it down. Brock Barter with the assist, and that gives JJ 5 on the night. 8-6, another lead change. Going to have that fed down inside. I think St. Mary's partially blocked that. Sloper goes out. And somebody else came out, I thought. Oh, Harold. Jack Barta checks back in. Jack controls it for St. Mary's, works it to the right side. Sending the defense out a little bit on him, looking to a little give and go. Nice little jump hook by Ribrick from the low post. JJ with the assist. 10-6. St. Mary's extends it to a 4-point advantage. Cross-court pass for the Bears. Driving baseline left side. Flipping it under. Barta there for the steal. Turnover for the Bears. JJ has it. Looking into Rib. Left all alone. Up and under. Another assist for a year out. 12-6. St. Mary's doubles up on the Bears. JJ is going to get a deflection there. Checking in for the Bears, number 25, Curtis Carr, the grandson of Lumberjack football coach Kurt Carr. I think there's a little bit more history there from Curtis Carr here in St. Mary's than just the Lumberjack coach. Pretty outstanding coach from what I understand. The deep three on the way by Godfrey. Leaves it a little short. Rebound pulled down by the Bears. They'll reset their offense. Right corner. Cross court to the left wing. That's Brown. Brown pulls up for the shot. It's a little short. JJ Yearout goes for the rebound. Pulls it in, and we're going to get a foul, I believe. A foul against Bosco. That'll do against Lucas Brown. That's only the second team foul for the Bears. 2:24 to go in the first period. 12-6, Lumberjacks on top. Bringing it down will be Brock Barta. Now he skips it back to Jack. Jack in the backcourt. Takes it across the half-court line. Skips it to the top of the key. Ribrick back to Yearout. Yearout for three. That one's off the heel. Rebound is tracked down by Brock. He gets it off to Jack. They're going to skip it into Speakman. Speakman can't pull it in cleanly. Turnover on the Lumberjacks. Bears looking for a fast break. Lumberjack defense is speedy, though. They get back down there on defense. Ball batted up in the air. Steal by Yearout. Yearout jams it home on the other end. JJ with 7 now. Yearout might be able to get to 1,000 here in the first period. Keaton Fry has it. Pull-up jumper from about the free throw line. Leaves it short. Ball tipped around. Bears with the board. Shot by Couch. No good. Blocked by Ribrick. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's. Sloper will come in. JJ is going to get a breather. Bears will inbound from baseline to the left side of the backboard. All the way to the top of the key near the midcourt circle. Brown has it working against Sloper, works to the left side, tries to penetrate. Good defense by Sloper, skips it to the free throw line. Now over to the right side, pull up jumper, no good. Rebound to Speakman. I think that was a 3. Lumberjacks go the other way, leading 14-6. 8-point advantage for St. Mary's. Jack Barta to the top. Now back to the left. Skips it into Ribrick. Good pass up and good. Jack Barta with the assist. Lumberjacks up by 10. Bringing it back down for the Bears is Fry. He's going to get the ball almost stripped out of his hands. I think Brock's going to get called for a foul. No, it'll go against Jack. Jack Barta will pick up the first foul for the Lumberjacks. Coming out is Jack Barta. Checking back in is Harold. Bears will inbound from baseline once again. Left side of the bucket. Speakman's going to get a deflection on the inbound pass as he gets a hand on it, deflects it back out of bounds. Now they'll move closer to the corner. Inbound to the right corner. Working to try to penetrate, getting it into Curtis Carr. His shot won't go. Ribrick on the rebound. Gets it to Sloper. Sloper right side. Now to the top of the key to Brock. Brock Barta controls it. He's going to hand it off to Harold. St. Mary's will play for the last shot of the half quarter. Shot clock is off. Brock Barta for 3. Back to the iron, won't go. Speakman with the putback. It's a 12-point advantage for St. Mary's, 18-6. Bears have top of the key. Deep 3 from Godfrey. Knocks it down. What a shot from Abram Godfrey. And that'll finish the first quarter of play. St. Mary's up 18-9. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the second quarter.
Hughes Ace Hardware wants to invite you to come in and take a look. Hughes isn't just about hardware. Whether you need dish soap and sponges to clean up after your husband's guys' night or storage solutions for your wife's shopping addiction, you can find it at Hughes. Come see the difference. Everything you need, from a blow dryer to replace the one your toddler dropped in the toilet to a bathroom scale to help your hubby stay on his fitness goal. Hughes Ace Hardware is the place to get the products you need and the help you want all the time, every time.
And we're back. Solid back and forth first quarter, at least in the beginning. 4 lead changes. St. Mary's, though, able to extend that lead out by 9 before the end of the first. 18-9. Lumberjacks lead. A nice deep 3, though, by Abram Godfrey just before the buzzer for the Bears. Want to remind everybody to head to Two Saints Brewing tomorrow for their Super Bowl watch party. They will be having taco bowder with a nacho bar. And, of course, the game on the big screen. You can go there, watch the Super Bowl, eat nachos, and you don't have to worry about cleaning up a mess back at home. So, Two Saints Brewing tomorrow, the Super Bowl, Seattle Seahawks, and the New England Patriots. JJ Year out. Jackson Harold, Jack Barta, JJ Year out, Landon Ribrick, Xavier Sloper back on the floor to start the second period. Bears will start with the first possession. They have it on the right side of the floor. Into the lane, shot up by Brown, and it's going to fall in for him. Nice shot by Lucas Brown. Jack Barta controls it at the midcourt circle. He's setting up the offense, works to the left side, kicks it to Harold. Harold in the corner looking to Sloper. Sloper bumped, gets it to Ribrick. It's up and good. Xavier Sloper with the assist, 20-11, Lumberjacks up. Bringing it down for the Bears is Fry. He dishes it off to Brown. Brown penetrates, trying to swipe that ball around is Sloper. We'll give Sloper with the credit for the jump ball. The possession will go to the Lumberjacks. Brown started to try to go up with the shot, and Sloper swiped it out of his hands and then tied the ball up. Bringing it down for St. Mary's is Barta. Barta left side, skips it to Rib, back to JJ. JJ, head fake from the free throw line, out to Barta. Jack on the left side, back up to JJ. They're giving JJ a lot of room. He's going to take that 3 every time. Knocks it down from deep. 10 points for Year out. 5 more to the milestone. Keaton Fry brings it down for the Bears. Getting it to the corner to Brown. Brown drives baseline, stood up at the low post. Back out to Fry, top of the key now. Working it to the left or the right side. Godfrey controls it. Harold on him. He's going to do a little left and right dribble. Kicks it down inside. Good look, but Maxer couldn't hold on to it. Turnover on the Bears. I'm going to call it an uncontested turnover. On the other end, we're going to get JJ. I think that Fry actually swiped that ball. JJ tried to regather it. It'll go out of bounds. Last touched by Year Out. 12-point lead for St. Mary's. Matches their largest lead, 23-11. Keaton Fry controls it, skips it to Mordhorst. Mordhorst on the right wing, tries to penetrate through a couple of Lumberjacks, does, spins, can't get an opening, gets it out to Brown. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound to Barta. Barta takes it the other way. Jack at the free throw line, kicks it out to Harold. Back over to Jack. Jack to Jackson. Jackson's three on the way, in and out. Rebound to the Bears. Godfrey pulls down the board, brings it down the right side, working on Harold. He's going to drive into the lane, lays a little shoulder into Harold, puts it up and good. And that is Godfrey with the 2-point bucket. St. Mary's back the other way. Barta works it right side. Drives all the way to the blocks, and they're going to get a foul against, I guess, the Bears. As leaning into him a little bit too much was Keaton Fry. Fry will pick up his first. It'll send Jack to the free throw line. Jack was near perfect last night. I think it was 4 for 5 from the charity stripe. First free throw up and good by Jack. Lumberjacks making some substitutions here. Trying to see who else. Okay, Jackson came out. Into the game is Dickinson, Brock Barta, and Speakman. Second free throw from Jack Barta is on the way. No good, but a lane violation. I think the lane violation is on I think there was a lane violation on St. Mary's. So the Spartans, the Bears will inbound. Bring it down the near side is Couch. Kicks it back into the backcourt to Godfrey. Down court pass to the right wing into Maxer. Maxer backs it back out to Godfrey. Godfrey on the St. Mary's Lumberjack logo on the sideline, right side of the floor. Going to pick up his dribble, gets it over to Brown. Brown's three won't go. JJ can't secure the rebound. Moscow does. JJ is going to deflect that ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears. And the Bears have the ball. Up top is Couch. Corner three. And Dickinson puts too much body. He's turning to Coach Chase like, I put my arm straight up. You jumped and turned your back and bodied Godfrey when you were coming down. You definitely fouled him. That'll send Godfrey to the free throw line. First time to the charity stripe for the Moscow Bears. First free throw is up and good. 9 points for Godfrey. 24-14. Lumberjacks lead is 10. Next free throw on the way by Godfrey is up and good. He gets 3 of them. Checking in for the Bears is Keaton Fry. Getting a breather is Lucas Brown. Final free throw from Godfrey. It is up. It is in and out. Rebound to Speakman. And the Lumberjacks takes the other way with a 9-point advantage. 24-15 with under 5 to go in the first half. Jack Barta has it. Skips it over to Brock Barta. Back to the top to Dickinson. Over to Year Out. Year Out. Going to step inside three-point range. Thought about the shot. Defense closed on him. Into Brock. Now back to JJ. JJ on the left wing. Looking to Speakman. Speakman spins around the defense, gets the shot blocked up against the glass. And a rebound. And St. Mary's going to get called for a foul. Marcus picks up his first. Sloper comes in. Marcus goes out. Dickinson comes out. And Ribrick comes out. Lumberjacks putting some pressure in the backcourt. Sloper giving Couch a little look because Couch was putting the forearm into him, shoving him away. Going to have a offensive foul. Illegal screen there, I believe, by the Bears. As Jonas Mordhorst picks up foul number 2, and he'll head to the bench. 4:24 to go in the half. 24-15, St. Mary's leads. Jack Barta brings it down for the Lumberjacks. Looks like a 2-3 zone for the Bears, possibly. No, it might be more of a man defense. Watching Couch follow JJ. Little feed into Sloper. Sloper shot up, lots of contact, no good, no foul, and a rebound to the Bears. Moscow trying to make a little comeback. They're going to get it down inside. Shot swatted. Oh! They're going to get Ribrick with a foul. I think he got all ball. I just think there's too much body contact. That'll send number 30 of Josh Gordon into the charity stripe, who's entered into the game for the Bears. First free throw is up and good by Gordon. Checking in for the Bears is number 15. That is Jericho Pike. Second free throw coming from Gordon. Shot is up. That one is no good. JJ pulls down the rebound. Lumberjacks will take it the other way. Year out has it. Top of the key. Hands it off to Jack Barta. Jack rotates to the right side. Picks up the dribble. Looks to Rib. Back out to Barta. Now to Brock Barta. Hands it off to Sloper. Still working around the perimeter. Hands it off to Jack. High entry pass to Rib. Rib going to go up. Has that shot partially blocked, but he'll be fouled. The foul looks like it's going against Godfrey. That is his first. Third team foul here in the second quarter for the Bears. It'll send Ribrick to the charity stripe. Ribrick, 50% free throw shooter. First free throw on the way. It's up and good. Nice touch on the shot by Ribrick. Jackson Harold checking in. He's going to come in for JJ. Going to give Year out a little bit of a breather. (25-16) Lumberjacks lead. Second free throw up and good as well. Whoa, that is not right. No, Lumberjack boys made the free throw. Okay. Whoa, that's that program to shut down. Gonna get a three-pointer on the way from the corner for the Bears. I got to fix that. Ribrick with the rebound. St. Mary's back the other way. Jack Barta looking to Sloper. Sloper, low post, right side, spins, tries to find some room, can't get any. Backs it back out to Barta, over to Brock Barta. Brock's going to drive. He gets a little bit of an open lane. Shot is missed. Rebound to the Bears, but the Bears turn it over with a Brock Barta steal. And then a shot by Brock. I think I got that right. I hope I did. And we got a foul the other way on the Bears. Jericho Pike with the foul. JJ checks back in. think that was the only substitution made for St. Mary's as JJ checks in. Jack Barta to Rib, back to JJ. JJ pump fake, test the waters, out to the corner to Jack Barta. Jack back out to JJ. Into Rib. Rib can't get the alley-oop. Had his back turned to the bucket. Would have been a good one. Rebound to the Bears as the Bears try to battle back. 28-16. Down inside to Mordhorst. Mordhorst, no room to work. Gets it back out to to 10 Brown. Brown gets his shot blocked by Year Out. Rebound to Harold. A three, I don't know who took that three, but an offensive rebound to St. Mary's. And then Sloper with a shot that he missed. Rebound to the Bears. Lumberjacks playing some stiff defense. Going to get a three-pointer from the corner up and good. And a foul against St. Mary's. That is Godfrey. Third three of the contest. Jackson Harold picks up the foul, and it gives the Godfrey a chance for a 4-point play. And the Bears find themselves within 9, I believe it is. Godfrey, 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Misses that one. Offensive rebound. And the putback is good by Mordhorst. St. Mary's the other way. Lumberjacks lead is only 7. Jack Barta up top, swings over to JJ. JJ working left side, looks inside. Bad pass by JJ, kind of picked off by the Bears as he was trying to give a little hook pass into Ribrick. Momentum shifting over to the Bears right now. Mordhorst shot up, no good, foul. Ribrick, too much contact there. Speakman's going to check in for Rib, I could imagine. That's Rib's second foul. Puts Mordhorst to the free throw line for the first time for the Bears. St. Mary's looked like they were running away from it in the end of the first. The Bears have battled right back. St. Mary's had a lot of empty possessions. I don't know what the run is right now, but there's got to be 7-8-0 run or more for the Bears. Mordhorst, second free throw. Knocked. No, that one rims out. Rebound goes to JJ. Lumberjacks have it under a minute to go in the first half. Jack Barta swings over to Harold. Harold to Speakman. To JJ. Year Out's going to go. Flips it to Sloper. Sloper up strong and good after the pump fake. We'll give the assist to JJ. 30-22. It's an 8-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Bears can play for the final shot of the half as Keaton Fry has it. Gets it up to Godfrey. Godfrey's had the hot hand outside. Definitely want to keep the close defense on him. Keaton Fry, though, is going to trigger the deep three. It won't go. Harold pulls down the board. Gets it ahead to Barta. Barta to Sloper to Year Out, or to Speakman to Year Out. Year Out puts it up and good. Great unselfish ball movement by the Lumberjacks. Going to get a foul the other way on St. Mary's. I think that might go against Marcus with 2 seconds on the clock. No, it's going to go against Jack Barta. That is his second. It'll send Fry to the free throw line. JJ is at 12 points. Keaton Fry's first time to the charity stripe leaves the front end of that free throw short. For the Bears, Curtis Carr checks in. It's a 10-point advantage for St. Mary's. Three-pointer or the free throw on the way. Nope. X didn't put his foot down in the lane, but I don't think that matters. X went a little bit early. So Fry gets a second chance at the second free throw. Second free throw on the way. Third free throw, and that one is actually up and good. 2.3 on the clock. Jack Barta to Sloper. Sloper's going to spin and shoot. It'll be no good. And that'll be the first half comes to an end. St. Mary's up 32-33, but it's been a pretty good battle here in the first half. We'll take a break, come back and look at the first half statistics.
Hugh and Margie Gannon of St. Mary's are proud to support the Lumberjacks and this Lumberjack Sports broadcast. The Gannons want to wish the Lumberjacks the best of luck this sports season and want you to know that they are proud of you. The Gannons say, "Go Lumberjacks!"
You always hear on the radio, cross the bridge to savings, but it's true. St. Mary's Harvest Foods has what you need when you need it. And if you don't see it, then just ask one of the friendly staff and they will gladly help you find what you need. From meat, super fresh produce, and dairy, St. Mary's Harvest Foods will save you big on the things you need the most. No time to cook tonight? Then check out the hot deli for something quick for dinner. St. Mary's Harvest Foods, where you truly can cross the bridge to savings.
Jack Buell Trucking knows that there are few things as important as wise use of our natural resources. And by utilizing the chips in the manufacturing of lumber, that is exactly what is accomplished. If you look beyond the wood chips, you see an entire community of schools, churches, and businesses. And most importantly, people. Jack Buell Trucking believes in responsible harvesting of our natural resources. After all, when you take a close look, those aren't just chips. They're an entire community. Jack Buell Trucking.
Sometimes accidents happen. You never thought it would happen to you, but it did. Where can you turn for that friendly hand of support? Jack's Pharmacy is your good neighbor pharmacy in St. Mary's, where you'll find personalized care. Whether you need crutches, supports, wheelchairs, or even a hospital bed, Jack's is here for you. We service both Medicare and Medicaid. If you need durable medical equipment, come to Jack's, your good neighbor pharmacy, where you'll receive personalized service and attention.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
Afraid to touch that breaker box? Need some rewiring done? Call the professionals at M&S Electric. With nearly 40 years experience, there's no job too big or too small. From industrial and commercial to residential and service work, M&S Electric isn't afraid. Serving Benawah, Shoshone, Kootenai, and Latah counties, M&S Electric has you covered. Overhead work? M&S can do that too with their bucket truck. M&S Electric, 408 Main Avenue, St. Mary's. Give them a call, 208-245-3890. No job too big, no job too small. We do them all. M&S Electric.
It is halftime here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. The Lumberjacks lead the Moscow Bears 32-23 at the half. And it was a 14-14 dead even tie at the end of the in the second quarter scoring, as St. Mary's scored 14 points and the Bears scored 14 points. St. Mary's, though, they are shooting pretty well, 61% from two-point range. The Bears, 33% from two-point range. Three-point range, the Bears have a little advantage there at 29%. St. Mary's at 25%. Overall field goal percentage, though, St. Mary's 50%, the Bears at 30%. Lumberjacks winning the free throw battle as well, 80% for the Lumberjacks, 50% for the Bears. St. Mary's 4 of 5, the Bears 5 of 10. Rebounding, St. Mary's edging out the Bears there, 18-15. St. Mary's with 4 offensive and 14 defensive rebounds. The Bears with 6 offensive and 9 defensive rebounds. St. Mary's had 7 fouls. The Bears had 6 fouls. Both teams had 5 turnovers, but St. Mary's made 6 points off of the Bears' turnovers, and the Bears had 3 points off of St. Mary's turnovers. Bench scoring fairly close. St. Mary's 4 and Moscow with 3. Looking at the individual scoring, I have Abram Godfrey with 13 on the night so far. He's got, let me double check. So 13, three three-pointers for Godfrey, 4 points for Keaton Fry. I have 3 points for Mordhorst, 2 points off the bench for Lucas Brown, 1 point off the bench for Josh Gordon. For St. Mary's, 2 guys in double digits. We got J.J. Yearout with 12, Landon Ribrick with 2. Sloper has 5, 2 points for Marcus, 2 points for Brock Barta, 1 for Jack Barta. And that is the scoring. Rebounding-wise, J.J. and Speakman are tied at 4 rebounds apiece. Jackson Harold with 3. J.J. has 3 assists. The Lumberjacks have 9 assists in the first half to no assists for the Bears. Steals, 1 apiece for Jack Barta, Brock Barta, Xavier Sloper, and J.J. Yearout. J.J. and Landon each have 1 block shot. St. Mary's with 4 steals, the Bears with 2 steals, and Lumberjacks with 2 block shots to the Bears' 1 block shot. For a minute there, the Bears made a push in that second quarter to get back into it, and St. Mary's able to extend it just a little bit out again, but the Bears, a scrappy bunch, playing hard down here. So it's going to be a fun second half. Want to remind you that if you can cheer through 4 quarters at the high school gym, you can definitely handle the Super Bowl at Two Saints Brewing. This Sunday, it's Super Bowl watch party as the Seattle Seahawks take on the New England Patriots, and it's a Super Bowl watch party Lumberjack style. Big game on the TVs at Two Saints Brewing, a crowd that knows how to clap loud, and no buzzer beater heartbreak, unless, of course, your team fumbles. And listen up, Taco About It will be there with a nacho bar. Nachos strong enough to fuel a fourth quarter comeback, or at least get you through halftime without sneaking into the kitchen. Bring the whole crew, moms, dads, kids, grandparents, and that one fan who yells defense no matter what sport is on. Cold brews for the adults, great food for everyone, and an atmosphere friendlier than a Friday night home game. Super Bowl Sunday at Two Saints Brewing with Taco About It, serving up a nacho bar. Doolittle's Delish will be on site as well. It's football, food, and lumberjack pride, and unlike a road game, you don't even have to travel. Again, that's at Two Saints Brewing Company. We're right across from Harvest Foods tomorrow for the Super Bowl. We're going to take another break. We'll come back with the third quarter after this.
For all your plumbing needs, call Nick's Plumbing and Heating. With Nick's professional staff, you can be assured of guaranteed quality products, installation, service, and repair of all of your plumbing. So if you have plumbing needs or problems, call the good folks at Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Call 245-5460. That's 245-5460. Nick's Plumbing and Heating. Installation, service, and repair when you need it. Nick's Plumbing and Heating, St. Mary's.
For all of your area high school sports schedules, updates, and recaps, including Lakeside, Kootenai, and of course, St. Mary's High School, pick up your copy of the St. Mary's Gazette Record every Wednesday. Not only will they have game recaps and highlights for area high school sports action, but local news and information. St. Mary's Gazette Record, pick up a copy today. The name says it all. Taco About It. What is it, you may ask? It's the best taco truck in town. Might even be the only taco truck in town. If you like tacos, and who doesn't, then you need to stop by Taco About It, located at 128 South Highway 3 in St. Mary's, across the street from Triple X Feeds. Taco About It has too many tacos to list, so you will just have to try them all. Call in your order 208-582-8533, or just stop by. Taco About It, located across the street from Triple X Feeds in St. Mary's. When you need that morning pick-me-up before work or school, there's one place that comes to mind. It's a place that loves our community, the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, and all the local businesses and people in our village. Shift and Grind in St. Mary's is all about the community. Whether it's helping raise money for the Booster Club or for a family in need, the Shift and Grind family are always ready to help. So be sure to stop by Shift and Grind for your caffeinated needs. Located at 132 First Street in St. Mary's, Shift and Grind says, go Lumberjacks.
And we are here at Lumberjack Gymnasium. Tim Parrish here as Lumberjacks lead the Moscow Bears 32-23 as we come out of halftime. It will be, I believe, Jackson Harold, Jack Barta, J.J. Yearout, Landon Ribrick, and Xavier Sloper to get the second half started. They will now go right to left on your radio dial. St. Mary's will come towards me as I sit up in the weight room. Once again, JJ Year Out 3 points away from the 1,000-point milestone. Lumberjacks will have the first possession as well to start the second half. Lumberjacks will inbound from the far sideline. Right in front of the Lumberjack faithful. And we are ready to go. Inbound pass into the backcourt. Jack Barta will control it. He'll bring it down the right side. He's going to swing it to Sloper. Sloper back out to Barta. Now to Year Out. Harold. Sloper left side. Defense coming out and putting pressure on the perimeter. Back to the top to Jack. Jack Barta has it. Swings it back over to JJ. JJ for the deep three. It's just off the mark. Rebound to the Bears. Moscow takes it the other way. Down the right side is Fry. He's trying to skip it in. I think, yeah, it did. It came off of, I'll give Jack Barta a deflection there as he was able to get that thigh out there to deflect that ball. The Bears will inbound from baseline. Jack Barta had to tie his shoe. He's ready to go. Bears will inbound. Left side of the bucket. Top of the key they go to Fry. Fry swings it to the wing to Pike. Pike back to the top to Mordhorst. He's going to trigger the three and knocks it down from straight away. (32-26), 6-point lead for the Lumberjacks. JJ has it, looking into Rib, over to Harold. Harold's three is long. Rebound to the Bears. Lumberjacks have got to start working that offense a little bit more. They've been taking a couple of threes. There's another three on the way. I think the five of Couch second guess taking the three and ended up sending it off anyway. JJ tries for a down court pass. It's picked off. Turnover on the Lumberjacks. I think it was Xavier cutting down the right side. Bears looking to make another little run here as they trail by 6. Left wing, back to the right, or to the Fry, back down to more to the corner. Back up to the top now. Switch it to the left, or to the right to Godfrey. Godfrey takes it to the left side. That ball gets knocked loose. Bears able to come back up with it. They're going to skip it in, but they're going to get a travel call. And I think really they had the travel and the shot clock working against them there as well. Good defense for the Lumberjacks. St. Mary's 2 empty possessions here to get the third quarter going, though. Bears open up with a 3, so it's a 3-0 run for the Bears to start the second half. JJ, nobody there for it. Bears pick it off. JJ with another turnover. I believe that was a shot blocked by JJ. Rebound to Brock. St. Mary's brings it the other way. Little miscommunication there on the last possession for St. Mary's. Back over to Jack Barta. Back to JJ. JJ between the circles. Going to drive the lane. Gets it to Ribrick. Ribrick spins. Puts it up and good. I swear, like last night, there was a hit on the backboard, and I thought that resulted in I don't know if it results in a technical, but I thought it was supposed to result in something. From the right side, little runner by Jericho Pike with his first bucket. 34-28, Lumberjacks lead. Year Out pulls up for the 3. It's just off the mark from the right side. Rebound to the Bears. Bears have it. Right side 3 from Godfrey. It won't go. Barta gets the rebound. Barta has Couch putting pressure on him in the backcourt. Gets it ahead to Ribrick. Ribrick back to Barta. Now to Year Out. Year Out left side deep. He's going to take the dribble. Swings it into Xavier. X back out to Ribrick. Ribrick's going to take the 3. Leaves it short. Rebound to Harold, who can't get the putback to go. Ribrick gets a rebound, and then we get the ball, I think, knocked out of bounds off of St. Mary's. Jack Barta comes out. Brock Barta checks in. Sloper comes out. Marcus Speakman in. 4:32 to go in the third. Fry has it. JJ Year out with the steal. JJ lays it up and in. JJ down to 1 point needed to hit the milestone. And an offensive foul on the other side on the Bears. That's going to go on Fry away from the ball. Checking in for the Bears is Brown, as maybe it wasn't Fry, it was number 5, actually. That was Couch. Lumberjacks will bring it down. JJ has it, left side, now to the top of the key. Year out. Getting pressure right on him. Goes over to Barta, now to Speakman, back to Barta. Barta out to JJ. JJ left wing. JJ going to drive, skips it into Rib and puts it up and good. Year out, another assist. 38-28, back to a 10-point advantage for the Lumberjacks. Godfrey has it. JJ guarding him. Jack Barta getting ready to come back in for St. Mary's. You almost get a steal by Brock. Pull-up jumper from Fry. It won't go. Rebound to Brock. Brock down the left side. Picks up his dribble up top. Gets it over to Year out on the right side. Year out deep three. Off the rim. Just off the mark. Rebound to the Bears. JJ couldn't miss from downtown last night. Struggling a little bit from the perimeter tonight. Going to get a pass to the right wing over to Jericho Pike, and the ball is stolen away, I believe, by Ribrish. St. Mary's the other way. Brock Barta out to Harold. Harold cross court to Speakman. It's up and good by Marcus. Harold the assist. 40-28. St. Mary's extends it back to, I believe it's 12 points. And a timeout taken by the Bears. They want a full timeout. 2:41 to go in the third. 40-28, St. Mary's leads. We'll be back.
If you know which side of the saw cuts wood, and if you can hammer a nail, you can do it yourself. Carpentry, construction, finishing, or framing, around here, you've got it made. You've got 10th Street Lumber. At 10th Street Lumber, we have the answers to your building and repair project questions. Every day, 10th Street Lumber helps homeowners get quality results. For lumber, block, power tools, fixtures, everything you need for a professional job. Don't pick up a nail until you shop 10th Street Lumber. 10th Street Lumber on the corner of 10th and Railroad Avenue in St. Mary's.
And we are back. A full timeout taken by the Bears as St. Mary's went on a little run there. They've extended the lead out to 12. Ties the largest lead that St. Mary's has had. As St. Mary's leads 40-28. The Bears have one foul here in the third. St. Mary's with none. And just under 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. JJ Year out with 4 points. Ribrick with 14 points. JJ with 14 points. Sloper has 5. 2 points for Brock Barta. Speakman with 4. Jack Barta with 1. And that's a scoring breakdown for the Lumberjacks. Ribrick comes out. Jack Barta back in. Lumberjacks go with a little bit more of a guard-heavy look. They've still got Speakman on the floor, of course, as one of their posts. Bears have it into the paint. Shot blocked by Speakman. Rebound, though, to the Bears. 3-point shot on the way. It was no good. It'll go out of bounds. Get a little discussion for the ups, and they say it's Moscow ball. Went off of St. Mary's. They said it got one of the Lumberjacks in the head. Bears will inbound. Try to inbound. Going to go up to the top. Year out with the steal. And there's the layup that does it. JJ Year out has hit the 1,000-point milestone. Congratulations, JJ. The crowd comes off their feet. The bench clears, and they call for a quick pause in the action so that they can congratulate JJ. Oh, I've got to. Congratulations, JJ. 42-28, St. Mary's leads. Looks like they had a big banner to unroll for JJ with it as well. I can't quite see it. Huh? Can't. St. Mary's on defense after the celebration there. Bears have it. Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound for the Bears. Another shot, no good. Foul going to call against St. Mary's. I believe it's going to go against, I thought it was Brock, but it's Marcus Speakman, as Brock helps up the downed Bear. That will send Keaton Fry to the free throw line. 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Very first free throw up and good for Fry. Second free throw up and good. No, not a putback. 42-30, Lumberjacks lead it. St. Mary's has it. Right wing looking to Sloper. Sloper up and under. Shot won't fall for X. I didn't see him come into the game. Not sure who is out. Yeah, Marcus with a rebound. And there was a three-point shot, I think, by Xavier. No, a two-pointer. I think Marcus with an assist. 134 to go, or 119 to go in the third. Three-point shot on the way. No good. Pulling the rebound in is Brock Bardas. I got to get mine. Or Jack Barda. Well, now I've got some changes coming anyways. Jack comes out. Jackson Harold in. Ribrick checks in. As, well, I'm trying to figure out, JJ gets a breather. Minute 11 to go in the third, 44-30, Lumberjacks lead. Over to Jackson. Jackson trying to feed it into Speakman, or into Rib. Speakman comes up with it. It gets deflected. Speakman's shot won't go. Rebound to the Bears. Bring it the other way. Godfrey pulls up at the free throw line. Shot up, no good. Rebound goes to Harold. Harold ahead to Sloper. Sloper going to bring it all the way down. Oh, he's going to get his shot blocked. A big block shot by, I think, Mordhorst. It'll be a team rebound for St. Mary's as the block shot goes out of bounds. Mordhorst will check out for the time being. Good defensive play there by Mordhorst. Brock Bard will inbound from baseline. And a quick discussion with the refs. Lumberjacks will inbound from baseline. They had to get the shot clock right. Hit to Speakman. Speakman works left side, down to the low post, spins, gets the ball pulled away from him. Harold able to corral it, gets it up to Brock Barta. Brock's three won't go. And they're going to say a foul on the rebound. I thought Speakman had a pretty clean rebound on that, but they say no. Could have a foul on Moscow somewhere that I missed. They got two fouls. St. Mary's with two fouls. Lumberjacks up by 14, 44-30. A little bit lower scoring affair than I anticipated with this one. Godfrey dribbles the ball off his behind, is able to regather it. Going to get it out to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. It's off the mark. Rebound to the Bears. And they try for the putback underneath, and no good, but a foul going to be called. That'll go against St. Mary's, and that one goes against Brock Barta. Speakman comes out for a breather after picking up one of those fouls. Oh, the Bears lose it. Turn the ball over. Bringing it down is Brock Barta at the buzzer. Knocks it down. 46-30 as we go into the fourth period with the buzzer beater by Brock Barta. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the final period after this.
Wondering how to manage your retirement nest egg? How big should it be when you retire? Contact Jenny Oaks at Gateway Financial Partners to get the answers to these and all your other financial questions. The securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC. With over 30 years of financial planning, give Jenny Oaks a call at Gateway Financial Partners today. The guidance is free. The experience is priceless. Call 245-5255. Fall is coming, and of course, cold weather. Now's the time to stock up on a few things. XXX Feeds has magnetic wood pellets in stock, and it's never too early to be ready for the cold weather. XXX Feeds also has alfalfa in stock as well as straw. And if you have some four-legged woodland friends that look a little hungry, XXX Feeds can keep you loaded up on deer feed and deer blocks. Don't wait until the last minute. Stop by XXX Feeds in St. Mary's today.
And we are back. Lumberjacks lead the Bears 46-30 as we get ready to start the final period. Bears will start with the possession. St. Mary's up by 16, largest lead of the contest that they've had. Bears have the ball. St. Mary's held Moscow to only 7 points in the third period. Going to get a steal by Sloper. Lumberjacks bring it the other way. Shot up from Jack Barta from the right side. No good. Foul going to be called on Ribrick. Comes down on the back of the Bears player. That'll be the third foul on Landon. And the Bears will bring it down. I think Speakman going to check in for Rib. Abram Godfrey has it. Working on the right side. Has that ball come off of his foot as Godfrey dribbled off his toe. Landon will come out. Marcus Speakman in. Hope Sloper also checks out as Brock Barta back into the game. St. Mary's will bring it down. Brock Barta brings it down left side of the floor. Takes it to the middle, drives up, kicks it out to JJ. JJ on the right wing. JJ, top of the key, pull up three. It's just off the mark. Speakman pulls down the rebound. A shot by Barta, no good. A rebound by Harold. Ball loose still. And bodies hit the floor, and Moscow finally pulls in the loose ball rebound. Three-pointer on the way from the right for the Bears. It's no good. Offensive board. Back up to Godfrey. Godfrey with the three. Knocks it down from the left wing. Nice shot by Godfrey. And we get a timeout taken by St. Mary's. 46-33. It's a 13-point lead for the Lumberjacks. Oh, it might not be a timeout by St. Mary's. It's a timeout by It's a 30 timeout by the Bears. That's Godfrey's first bucket in the second half. He's got 4 3-pointers now. Gives him 16 on the night. Once again, we want to remind everybody, if you don't want to have to worry about the mess at home, go over to Two Saints Brewing tomorrow. Just watch the Super Bowl. The Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks doing battle. They'll have Taco Bout it there, providing a nacho bar. Doolittle's Delish will be on site as well. So go over to Two Saints Brewing and don't worry about any of the mess back at home, and support one of our local businesses watching the Super Bowl there on their big screen TVs. Lumberjacks facing some backcourt pressure from the Bears. St. Mary's gets it in across the timeline. Jack Barden has it. Over to Brock. Brock triggers the three, knocks it down. I think that was Jack with the assist to his brother. 49-33. I think the Moscow coach wanted a call on what he thought was an illegal screen. Jump three-pointer on the way by Godfrey. Nice shot. An assist for the Bears. 49-36, 13-point lead for St. Mary's. Year out has it. He's going to take it around, drives in, dishes off to Marcus. Marcus too hard off the glass. Rebound to the Bears. Lumberjacks crowd wanting a foul call, not getting it on the other side. Couch drives baseline, goes to the ground, and gets called for the travel. Might have got bumped down, not sure. Just loses his footing there. Harold comes out. Ribrick in. Lumberjacks going to a little bit bigger lineup now. Year out has it in the backcourt. He's got Godfrey guarding him. Brings it right side or left side. Picks up the dribble, gets it up to Jack Barda. Lumberjacks all out, not all of them. They got three guys out to the top of the key. Perimeter, going to get it to Brock Barda. Brock skips it into Speakman. Speakman is going to have the ball tied up. Possession arrow will stay with St. Mary's. Speakman tried to slide through the defense. Now Jack Barda gets a breather. Sloper comes in. Going up to the top to Brock Barda. Brock gets the screen. Tries for the little layup. Shots blocked. Rebound to the Bears. Bears the other way. Little pump fake. Shot no good. Rebound to go out of bounds. Last touch by, I believe, Sloper. So the ball will stay with the Bears. Bears will inbound. Godfrey looking to get it in. Bears trail by 13. Still well within their reach. Godfrey working against Year Out. Works left, now back to the right. Hands it off to Fry. Fry slows things down. Calls for a screen. Going to work left then right. Shot up. They're not going to call a foul there, surprisingly. Rebound to the Bears, though. Mordhorst for three. That shot won't go. Put back is up and good by the number 3. That is Fry. St. Mary's back the other way. Going to get into Year Out, cutting down the lane. Year Out to Speakman. Speakman, a little floater, can't get it to go. Got his own rebound. Put back won't go. Put back missed by Speakman. Put back missed by Ribrick. Rebound to the Bears. Second chance opportunities for St. Mary's, not being friendly to him right now. Bears slow things down on the far side. 4:26 and counting. Maxer over to the left side. Now down to the corner, back to the wing. And I think JJ deflects the ball out of bounds. It bounces off the ref. Jack Barda and Jackson Harold checking in. Brock Barda and Marcus Speakman come back out. Inbound pass, left side for the Bears. Up to the top now to Fry. Lumberjacks, I think, in a zone. That shot might have even been partially blocked by Jack Barda. Rebound to Sloper. And then a foul on Moscow, and then a technical on Moscow. I believe the technical was on Moscow. Sloper's going to come out. No, actually, I think Xavier gets called for the tee. Marcus is dealing with a pinky, so he's going over to maybe get that thing retaped up. It looks like they might be taking the technical off the board. And actually, I guess it wasn't against Sloper. Well, they have a foul on the board against X, but apparently they're not going to call it a tee. I thought they teed somebody up, but maybe it was a ref timeout. I don't know. I'm confused now. St. Mary's with the ball. And if it was a foul against X, maybe there was a foul against the Bears as well. Three-pointer from Brock Barta in the corner. I didn't see who fed him the assist. Going to get a three-pointer for the Bears the other way. Shot is no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by St. Mary's. Brock Barta hits the ground hard. Well, it's two foul. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how St. Mary's gets a foul called against them and then gets the ball. Inbound pass to Fry. Three-pointer on the way by Mordhorst. No good. In and out. JJ with the rebound. JJ brings it down. Year out. Works left. Hands it off to Brock. 3.5 to go in the contest. St. Mary's 52. The Bears 38. Out to Jack Barta. Moving it to the right is JJ. He'll be fouled. The shot won't fall in. I think he got hit in the face. Foul goes against Mordhorst, his third. Puts JJ to the free throw line for the first time, I think, tonight. Brock Barta has 10 points on the evening. JJ, 69% from the free throw line, knocks down the first. 17 points on the evening for JJ. Second free throw up, good. 3:06 to go. Bears taking it down. Brown has it top of the key. Works his way left, guarded by Barta. Drives all the way to the block. Shot is up, no good. Tipped around. And rebound goes to Rib, who I didn't apparently get checked into the game. St. Mary's will bring it the other way. He checked in for Sloper, if I remember right. Jack Barta going to drive. He's going to get fouled. Going to get a timeout taken, some substitutions being made. So we'll take the timeout as well. It is a 30. I think it was by St. Mary's.
You're listening to Lumberjack Sports on KOFV 1240 AM, St. Mary's, Idaho, North Idaho's classic hits.
And we are back. Colin Schill from the Gazette's just as confused as I am as far as the last foul earlier was called on Xavier. Xavier left the game, so it looked like it was a technical. And then St. Mary's had the ball, and Moscow didn't take any technical shots. It was just confusing. I will have to ask Coach Chase or Xavier or somebody afterwards to find out what that was about. Let's see who's into the game for St. Mary's. Inbound pass. Back out to the corner. JJ is in there still. Okay. So Dickinson came in. 3-point shot on the way by Brock Barta. Brock. It's no good. Rebound will go out of bounds. Last touched by the Bears. St. Mary's, I'll give them a team offensive rebound. Xavier Sloper going to check in. Jab. Brock Barta goes out. Lumberjacks inbound from baseline. Up to the top to Jack. Jack has it. Going to hand it off to Xavier. X looks at the clock. St. Mary's slowing it down. Defense extends out. Back over to Jack Barta. Into the top of the key to Year Out. Year Out works left corner. And are they going to say off of? They're going to make the decision. Coach Chase shakes his head. Yeah, I think that's the right call. JJ had that dribbled off his foot. Good defense by the Bears is to make JJ a little uncomfortable on the dribble there. Keaton Fry takes down the left side for the Bears, down to the corner. That's Brown. Brown drives to the post, backs the ball back out. Mordhorst, left side. Bears have a lot of guys over on the left. Bad pass. Sloper steps in front of it. Sloper ahead after the steal. Hands off to Barta. Barta near the timeline and the sideline. He's going to take it up to the top as the Bears extend their defense out. They look to be in a man defense now. Going to get a foul there against the Bears. Colton Fry, that'll be his second. Must have made some contact there with Jack as he threw it. It's the fourth foul on Moscow with 1:40 to go. Be sure to stay tuned for the recap at the end of the game and the Talk About It player of the game. Jack Barta hands it off to Sloper. Sloper. Bad pass by Sloper. Throws it right into a Bear. And the Bear is going to take it the other way, lay it up and in. That is Colton Fry. 54-40. Foul back here on the near side. I think the foul is going to go against Brown. No, it goes against Godfrey. It shows as Godfrey's third. I must have made the one I missed a foul on earlier. And JJ to the free throw line. First free throw is up and good by Year Out. 19 points for JJ. Second free throw on the way, up and good by Year Out. Gives him an even 20. Gives him, I think, 1,005 points. Bears working it on the right side. Godfrey, pull-up jumper. Long. Rib for the rebound. Minute to play. Barta brings it across slowly. A little shake and bake around the defense. Up to the top. Again, the Bears extending their defense out above the key, up above the perimeter. Picks up his dribble, did Barta. Gets it out to Year Out. Year Out, has the, I think, the pocket pick there. Going to give the steal for the Bears. They leave the layup short. Offensive rebound. Putback is no good. Rebound or block shot by Rib. And I think it might have been Barta with the rebound. I'm not sure. A foul going against the Bears. No, the Bears don't have a 32 on the team. I think there's maybe the foul earlier was against what they thought was a 32, but there's no 32 on the roster. There's no 32 on the floor for Moscow. No, now I think they're saying, I have no clue what they're saying, actually. I guess it was a foul against Xavier. Lumberjacks have some of the young guys in. Dickinson, Pugh, Ribrick, Chatney, and Blackwell with 29 seconds. close to a travel. Shot on the way from the corner. No good. Offensive rebound for the Bears. Foul against St. Mary's. That'll send Maxer to the free throw line. The foul goes against Pugh. 21 seconds on the clock. Moscow to the free throw line. Maxer's first trip to the charity stripe. Free throw is no good. Second free throw. That one will rattle home for Maxer. 21 seconds. St. Mary's bringing it down. Dickinson has it. Crosses the timeline. 56-41. St. Mary's will extend it to 12-3 record. Pugh has it. Right side. Lumberjacks not going to bother with a shot here. They'll just run the clock out. And the Lumberjacks will win it 56-41 over the visiting Moscow Bears. We'll take a break and come back with the final game wrap-up from Lumberjack Gymnasium. And, of course, the Talk About It player of the game.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Idaho so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
St. Joe Oil isn't just a fuel delivery company. They provide a much larger service than most people realize. St. Joe Oil can sell you a brand new Toyo oil stove and install it for you, and also keep your oil tank full. Not only that, St. Joe Oil plays a very critical role in our local industries. From logging to farming, St. Joe Oil keeps the fuel tanks full. From heating oil to off-road diesel and everything in between, call St. Joe Oil 208-245-2123. That's 208-245-2123. St. Joe Oil.
St. Mary's Realty is a St. Mary's icon. Why? Because they are a team. They work for you. And they for years. Whether you are buying your first home, looking for a recreational cabin, or selling your current home, St. Mary's Realty puts their team on it for you. So stop in or give them a call today at 245-4502 and let their team be your team. That's St. Mary's Realty at 726 Main Avenue, St. Mary's.
Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat, located next to Harvest Foods in St. Mary's. Open 24 hours, we have washers and dryers of all sizes to get your laundry done quickly. If you'd like to get your laundry done in less than 5 minutes, take advantage of our drop-off laundry service where we wash, dry, and fold it for you. While you do your laundry, be sure to take advantage of our touchless automatic car wash, which has that great undercarriage spray to get the grime off. Riverbend Car Wash and Laundromat can be found at riverbendbubbles.com or call 208-582-4844.
Whistle Stop Coffee and More has come a long way from the little shop on Railroad Avenue. How far? Not only did they upgrade their Railroad Avenue location, they added a second location. That second location for Whistle Stop Coffee and More is on 313 St. Joe River Road. Both locations offer tasty drinks of coffee, Red Bull, or Lotus Energy, and food options, from acai bowls to cookies and delicious bagel sandwiches. Whistle Stop Coffee and More is the perfect stop for a quick bite and a drink on your way to work or school. Whistle Stop Coffee and More in St. Mary's.
And we are back. Lumberjacks win at 56. Oh, he's still here, thankfully. Oh, I can't take that out right now. Never mind. 56-41, St. Mary's with the win over the Bears tonight. And taking a look at the stats, St. Mary's 51% from two-point range, 21% from three-point range, 41% from the field, 89% from the charity stripe, one of the best nights of free throw shooting for St. Mary's. They were 8 of 9, 37 rebounds, 14 fouls, 10 turnovers, 14 points off of Moscow turnovers, 14 points off the bench for St. Mary's. Individual scoring, Abram Godfrey finishes with 19 for Moscow, 10 points for Keaton Fry, 6 points for Jonas Mordhorst, 2 points for Lucas Brown off the bench, 2 points for Jericho Pike off the bench. So they actually had 5 points off the bench, and 1 point for Josh Gordon. For the Lumberjacks, JJ Yearout, an even 20 on the night, for 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. He had 6 rebounds, 5 assists on the evening. He had 3 steals and 2 blocked shots. And then we had Rib Rick with 14 points, 10 points for Brock Barta, 1 point for Jack Barta, 7 points for Sloper, 4 points for Speakman. Jack also had 4 assists and a steal and a block shot. And I guess that brings us to our, well, let's see. St. Mary's had 14 assists, 9 steals, 6 blocked shots as well. That brings us to our player of the game. And I guess it's going to be the man of the night tonight, earning another talk about a player of the game. We're going to go ahead and go with JJ Yearout. 20 points tonight, but also 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocked shots. So an overall solid evening for JJ Yearout. Once again, congratulating him on hitting that 1,000-point milestone. But that's going to do it here for us from Lumberjack Gymnasium. Next week, first game of the week for the Lumberjacks, they will be on the road to Timberlake. That's going to be the first game of the year that we miss for the boys. We will not be headed to Timberlake for that game, but we will keep track of it on the NFHS camera and track their stats still and all of that. But good luck to them in Timberlake. Our next broadcast will be, I believe, on Thursday. We'll double check the time, but St. Mary's will be at Kellogg. That's either Wednesday or Thursday. But we will let you know more as we remember what day that game is. That's going to do it for us, though, here from St. Mary's High School. It was a fun night. JV and C teams both lost in some tight battles to the Bears. The wrestling team won over Moscow, and the Lumberjack varsity boys win over the Bears as well. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Don't forget, go over to Two Saints Brewing to catch the Super Bowl action live. They'll have Taco Bat it there with a nacho bar. And don't miss out on keeping your house clean and leaving the mess somewhere else during the Super Bowl. But have a great weekend.
You've been listening to another production of Lumberjack Sports on KOFE 1240 St. Mary's, your Lumberjack Sports Network. We thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We also want to thank our Lumberjack Sports broadcast sponsors and hope you'll do the same. Without them, these broadcasts wouldn't be possible. Until next time, same as always, go Lumberjacks!